Alright, guys, so welcome to our games. Tonight was supposed to be Team Starbytes versus Easy MMR, but because Easy MMR was a no show, they forfeit their matches to Starbytes. Now, Starbytes will win the series and the prizes for tonight, but Deadpan Gaming, being the sports as they are, wanted to play a substitute game instead with Starbytes. So this is for no prize, just for fun. Starbytes versus Deadpan Gaming, just so we have a stream tonight, and just for Starbytes to have a little bit of fun tonight, even if their scheduled opponent didn't show up. Okay, so right now, first pick is gonna go to Deadpan Gaming on the dire side. We have to take note that this is already 6.82, so a lot of the meta should be shifting. First bans right now, Lycan. It used to be that there were very big first bans like Faces Void and Tinker. Those were very big heroes that you could ban early on. But now I think Tinker is particularly nerfed. Yeah, so Tinker doesn't deserve that slot anymore. And Faces Void's slight nerf, but still pretty usable. But I think something to take note here is that we have Faces Terrorblade now. Terrorblade is right now available already to be picked in Captain's mode in 6.82, and Terrorblade is quite a powerful hero. Might see him get picked in the next couple of games, and if we do get to see him play, then we'll see a different kind of game altogether. But right now, yeah, respecting the Terrorblade, banned right from the get-go, because Deadpan Gaming does have the first pick. So first pick Terrorblade is not really something you'd want to go up against. Yeah, so Starbytes sealed the deal on that Terrorblade. No, Deadpan Gaming can't have it. But right now, the second bans are coming in from each team. Deadpan Gaming do have the first pick, so they would want to ban something that goes along with the two-pick combo of Starbytes, because the second picking team will have the only consecutive picks in the game. So you ban out Death Prophet. Yeah, Death Prophet, slight nerf, I think, and an indirect nerf. An indirect nerf in the form of the tower bounty being reduced and the towers being able to refortify after losing a tier 1 tower. Yeah, so not really too much of a nerf to Death Prophet herself, but more on the utility that Death Prophet provides. But either way, yeah, you still don't want to lose those towers. So Death Prophet is banned out as part of the 1-2 banning strategy. You if your opponent has the 2 consecutive picks, then you ban one of the big double pick combos like Death Prophet and then Shadow Shaman. You take out one of those. Taking out Death Prophet is a good idea in this case. But Deadpan Gaming, yeah, they pick up Doom against the Razor ban. Yeah, even with the new cycle the meta right now at 6.82, there's still only so much heroes that you can ban out. If you ban out Terrorblade, then yeah, heroes like Doom, heroes like Batrider, which would previously have been banned out, can still go through after the first banning phase. So now Starbytes, they do have the opportunity to pick out a double pick. So the first pick is Viper and Faces Void. Alright, I would have said Faces Void would pretty much go first, but yeah, still there in the first picks. So Viper, yeah, Viper's one of the best laners in the game. Can dominate mid or an off lane. Can also work well in a tri-lane. Depends on what kind of tri-lane you're running. If you're running a tri-lane that looks to kill a lot of people early on, then Viper's your man. And Faces Void, of course, even with a slight nerf in the time walk speed and the Chronosphere cast delay, they added an additional couple of seconds there before the Chronosphere is cast. So there's a bit of a leeway for you to react against the Faceless Void's Chronosphere. Alright, so but even despite those nerfs, Faceless Void is still a solid pick. Wraith King is picked by Deadpan Gaming. Wraith King, of course, one of the most popular carries in the previous patch. A bit of a nerf right now with a 20 mana increase to the reincarnation. It used to be 140 mana, now 160. So it's gonna set a bit of a constraint for Wraith King, in that he needs to be a bit more careful with his mana, so he can use Hellfire Blast and reincarnation at the same time. If you're not really careful, you can run out of mana for reincarnation if you cast Wraith Fire Blast too much. So that's a bit of a nerf. Just 20 mana, but yeah, the 20 mana might make the difference in terms of you being able to reincarnate or not. So the next round of bans are coming out. It was Skywrath Mage and Brewmaster. Yeah, you don't want to give Skywrath Mage to a team that already has Faceless Void. I think Skywrath Mage was the most popular support in the last patch. I think up to now, Skywrath Mage has either been always banned or picked. So I think if there's a hero in our meta, in our series of games, that has been either picked or banned constantly, those would be Lycan and Skywrath Mage. I think 100% pick ban rate for both of them. But yeah, the next ban after the Skywrath Mage was Brewmaster for Deadpan Gaming. Brewmaster a bit not as capable anymore at level 1 because of the nerf on Drunken Brawler. Yeah, takes more time to get the auto dodge working again. So Brewmaster is once again open to a bit of more harassment from mid. And Starbytes, they ban out the Morphling, and followed by the Silencer. Now Morphling, alright, Morphling is not really too particularly relevant or notable in this patch, because Morphling's core item, the Ethereal Blade, was nerfed in this patch. It travels a bit more slowly, a lot more slowly actually, and no longer casts Ethereal on yourself. So it's a one-way ability now. Either you target yourself with the Ethereal, or you target an opponent or an ally with an Ethereal. Either way, you just target one unit with the Ethereal. So that's gonna prevent Morphling from saving himself from auto attacks at the same time. But yeah, Starbytes also ban out Silencer. Silencer's a good hero that can react against Faceless Void, because the silence, you cast silence immediately as you see Time Walk, and then the Chronosphere is not gonna be used in that fight, and you can lose an engagement with an out of position Faceless Void without a Chronosphere. So Deadpan Gaming picked Invoker right after that. Invoker, very interesting hero, very malleable, and we'll have to see where this goes. And Starbytes pick up the Centaur Warner. One of the better, I would say, kind of supports in this current meta. I think the meta still hasn't changed too much, or we still haven't seen what the changes that 6.82 will actually bring to the competitive scene, because it's still relatively new, only about a week old. So I think the pro players and everyone else are still trying to find the good combos that have been buffed, or new combos that would work with heroes like Terrorblade or Legion Commander, both of which have been added to Captain's Mode, or even Broodmother. Broodmother has been buffed, but it's still in Captain's Mode. So interesting heroes like that. We might see changes later on, but for now, I think it's been pretty much the same. So Centaur Warner, good hero. You can move in or out of engagements, even if you're away from the fight, because the Stampede is global. So a lot of utility there in Centaur Warner. Also a good offlaner, just because he's so tanky. And Jakiro, after that. Alright, so Jakiro is a good support. Can follow up with a Faceless Void seamlessly. If Faceless Void lays down a Chronosphere, you can put down your Ice Path and guarantee an additional 2 seconds or so stun on top of the Chronosphere. And with the Macro Fire, yeah, you're gonna deal a lot of additional damage on top of the Chronosphere. You know, if you can't have Skywrath Mage, then the Jakiro Macro Fire on top of the Chronosphere is pretty much a good substitute for the Mystic Flare. So right now it's Deadpan Gaming's pick. They have only around 20 seconds left, so they're burning through their reserve time, and they pick out Lich. Okay, so Lich is gonna be interesting because Lich isn't really picked too much, but I like the idea of Lich because he can create a two-way EXP swing, can deny creeps with the sacrifice, and then you gain EXP as well. So if you're gonna put Lich against a solo offlaner, then there's a lot more opportunity for you to deny that offlaner of levels. Or you can put Lich as a secondary mid, as a mid support. You can sacrifice the creep waves coming in from the mid, just so the equilibrium is always towards the favor of your mid, and you can maybe stick around to the side and just force back the opposing mid as well. So that's probably my favorite way of playing Lich. But yeah, there are a lot of ways you can play Lich. You can put him in pretty much any lane. Good tri-laner, can also be a solo laner. Can farm actually quite decently with the Frost Blast. You can treat that as a spammable nuke, and the sacrifice pretty much guarantees that you have an EXP advantage and you're not gonna run out of mana. So Starbytes, they ban out the Rubik. Okay, so Rubik is also a good cancel against Faceless Void just because he has that 0 cast time. And Witch Doctor was banned out by Deadpan Gaming. Yeah, you don't want the Faceless Void Witch Doctor combo. It wasn't really nerfed. The Witch Doctor's ult wasn't really nerfed. So yeah, the combo is still gonna be there. But Starbytes, they pick up the Vengeful Spirit instead. So good utility. I would say even better with the Centaur Warner and the Faceless Void, just because that positioning capability from the Nether Swap allows you to do so much. And the Meepo is going to be picked last by Deadpan Gaming, so that's going to be their carry most likely. And going to be a hard time for Starbytes if they go all in team fight and the Meepo decides to split push for some reason. But yeah, game could still go either way. Faceless Void is one of the better hard carries right now, and the Meepo is also a quite potent late game carry. So let's see where this takes us. So we're moving into the game, and right now it's Starbytes versus Deadpan Gaming. I'm not sure if this is going to be a best of 3 or just a one game kind of deal, because this isn't the game we've scheduled. This is a substitute again. Starbytes was supposed to be facing off against Easy MMR because that was the scheduled team, but Easy MMR failed to show, so the default win went to Starbytes, and they got Deadpan Gaming volunteered to play instead, just because Starbytes wanted to play, wanted to have a game tonight. So on Starbytes, we have on Faceless Void Shotty, we have Fade on the Jakiro. On the Centaur Warner, it's 5-4-6. On the Vengeful Spirit, we have Joy. And finally, on the Viper, Miggy. On the opposing side, we have Boss T on the Doom, scouting out here for a bit. The Meepo, played by Doom. Okay, so we have Doom on the Meepo and Boss T on the Doom. Let's not get those mixed up. We have Sneaky on the Wraith King, Z on the Invoker, and Tuber on the Lich. Alright, so we have the first runes getting picked up, and Boss T on the Doom dies immediately to this 4-man rotation of SB. Yeah, they were anticipating the rune spawns. You know, that's one of the drawbacks that this double rune spawn has. You know, if you're guaranteed to have a rune spawn every 2 minutes at both spawn locations, but that just allows a team to camp out much easier, especially at the 0-minute mark. But alright, first blood goes to Deadpan Gaming, and we're gonna have to see how the lanes match up right now. The Doom is going solo against the tri-lane of Starbytes. Does have the Devar, but is gonna have a hard time generally because the Jakiro is gonna be able to spam out some harassment. Right now, just right clicks, range attacks, but at level 2, probably gonna get a liquid fire and gonna make the Doom's life a lot more harder because the Stout Shield cannot block the liquid fire damage. And liquid fire's cast, there we go. So the Doom is gonna feel a lot more harassed coming in from the Jakiro from here on out. On the opposite lane, however, we have the Centaur Warner also zoned out. Might have a harder time actually in this lane because the Lich does have that sacrifice, so it's gonna be guaranteed less creeps going in the way of the Centaur Warner every wave. But the Centaur Warner moves out. I'm gonna camp out this 2-minute rune. So right now, nothing going on for him. He's spotted out though by the Lich, and the Lich gonna do a bit of harass, but he can't really stand there. The Illusion Rune is picked up by the Centaur Warner, and the Bounty Rune is picked up by the Vengeful Spirit. But now the Doom is Ice Path, but only for 1 second because that's just a level 1 Ice Path. The Doom is able to make it out without taking any further damage from that. So not a problem there, but both runes do go to Starbytes. Alright, so this Vengeful Spirit getting a bit of EXP. And the Doom, Ice Path again. Still no damage. Doom is really quite tanky at this point in the game. 739 HP, just at level 2, almost at level 3. Yeah, but he does have no armor, so that's the downside. But if you're gonna rely on spell damage, like from the Jakiro, I guess the raw HP might be worth a bit more in this situation. On the other side, however, Centaur Warner, yeah, he has 4 last hits actually. The Doom also has 5, but it's quite surprising that the Centaur Warner has obtained a couple of last hits, given that he's facing against Lich and the Wraith King, both of which should be able to scare him out of the lane because you have a stun and then a slow. Then you can easily follow up with a second stun, but Wraith King doesn't have the mana for that. So I guess if it's a melee on a melee situation, then the Centaur Warner might be able to stand for a bit in this lane. So in terms of last hits, yeah, as expected, we do have the Faceless Void leading in terms of last hits, just because this Doom isn't gonna be able to get anywhere near this Faceless Void in the creep equilibrium anytime soon. Following that, however, is the Viper. Yeah, the Viper's been very capable in zoning out this Invoker. The Invoker already at level 5 though, so both of them pretty much even in levels, I would say. But Viper has a lot more last hits, 20, and 3 denies, so that's practically double the Invoker in terms of last hits. So definitely gold in favor of the Viper and in favor of the Faceless Void. And the Jakiro is gonna get the Bounty Rune. The rune here was picked up by maybe the Meepo or the Lich. Either way, it's gone now. So yeah, that's a very interesting mechanic that we can see. Everyone's always moving towards the runes, just because you know that rune is gonna spawn there. Especially if you're a support, you're gonna be hoping that you pick up a Bounty Rune maybe, or maybe an Invisibility Rune. Still okay, can get you into a position for a gank. But yeah, a lot of movement towards the runes every 2 minutes in. But right now, the Meepo getting caught at low health here, but is able to juke through the trees and get away just before the Centaur Warner can hoof stomp double edge. But we have a pause coming in, so I think someone has keyboard issues or mouse issues. But G is called. Okay, so everyone's G, and we're assuming in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so in terms of net worth, we have an advantage towards the 2 cores of Starbytes. That's the Viper and the Faceless Void. But okay, so the Doom falls here at the bottom lane, giving a bit more advantage towards the Faceless Void. And yeah, Doom lost 119 gold in that engagement. He only has 7 last hits, maybe a couple of Devars on top of that. But either way, yeah, the Wraith King not gonna be happy with the Doom not gonna be happy with his gold right now. Only 1,185 right now, second lowest in the game despite the Devar. You know, Doom isn't really too useful. Without gold, his skills are pretty much mediocre except for the Doom. So he's not going to be able to participate too much, contribute too much in the team fight. But now they reinitiate, they re-engage. The slow is there from the time walk, and then the Jakiro following up with the spells. The slow and the Vengeful Spirit stun is going to make sure that the Doom doesn't escape. So alright, a backstab there from the Jakiro, and Doom dying another time. 1,163 gold, even less than when I started speaking about his gold. So Doom's really getting nowhere at this point in the game. And it's now 3-0 in favor of Starbytes. However, the Meepo is getting some decent amount of farm, 2,300. Still okay, I suppose, because he has just been jungling all this time. Wraith King also has around 2k farm, so not too much, but not too poor either. And Wraith King has free farm right now, so maybe able to be of use in a couple of minutes. But right now, yeah, if we check the net worth, 3,000, and 3,000 in favor for Starbytes. Yeah, that's expected, but in the XP earned, it's quite a bit more. 1,000, 2,000 more for Deadpan Gaming, and that's most likely because of the Meepo. The Meepo is able to absorb just a lot of the XP, just because you know there's two of him to get the XP of. But right now the Wraith King get approached by the Centaur Warrunner. Wraith King level 6 though, and the Centaur Warrunner is still at level 4. So even with that wraparound, he's not going to be able to do much against the Wraith King, especially since no one else is there. So even if you do get the stun on the Wraith King, you're not going to be able to do much after that. And he also has a Reincarnate. But right now, the Jakiro and the Vengeful Spirit do make a rotation. This Wraith King is going to get caught out. Yeah, he's at the point of no return. This Wraith King going to get caught with a stun, with a stomp. And then the Vengeful Spirit going to follow that up with a stun. This Wraith King is going to fall once. Has another life, but the Ice Path is going to catch up the Wraith King. Wraith King, however, going to make an attempt on Vengeful Spirit. Still no. Low HP right now, and the Double Edge is going to make sure that the Wraith King doesn't get away from that anymore. So that's the Reincarnation used on the Wraith King, and then killed him after that. So that's a pretty long cooldown on the Wraith King. That's 240 seconds or so. Oh, but the Centaur Warrunner fell. Alright, so the Lich moved in, but he's gonna pay for it, definitely. He still moved against 3 heroes there on Starbytes, so that's probably not worth it. Yeah, but I guess the Lich doesn't really care about his levels right now. He was level 5, close to level 6, but he is lowest. Yeah, he's been the lowest in the game because he hasn't really been last hitting. He's been doing more than ice than last hits. So he has quite a bit of EXP, but not too much on gold. And I guess he didn't really care if he died. As long as he gets the Centaur Warrunner, which is an okay exchange because the Centaur Warrunner is the off lane. So slowing down that level 6 from Starbytes might be of use for them in the next couple of minutes. Right now the Doom is level 6 though. So they have an opportunity to make a play here with Doom. But here on top, something's happening. The Wraith King is caught out again. The Meepo is not there. The Meepo was able to walk away from that engagement. Yeah, but the dive was there. Starbytes dove the tower and got the Wraith King. But now the Doom is on Jakiro. Jakiro is not going to be able to do anything. Jakiro is going to fall definitely to the Doom. Not going to be able to look for that creep deny. But everyone here, Starbytes 546 is going to teleport out. So nothing there. And the Vengeful Spirit is going to be able to walk away. So that's the end of that for Deadpan Gaming. All in all, that was a 1-for-1 exchange though. The Wraith King dying, but the Jakiro giving up, and the Lich was able to deny this top tower. So that's a good consolation prize. But still, it's the Wraith King that they gave up, and the Wraith King is the one hero that they really don't want to die right now, because the Wraith King is gonna be their carry. Moving towards building an armlet, but still a bit away. The Viper in position right now. Oh, he's gonna get caught out, but the Vengeful Spirit is there at the back instead. Looks for the haste rune, but the Chain Frost actually deals quite a bit of damage. Kills off the Vengeful Spirit, but the Viper is able to run away because of that slow. Chronosphere from the Faceless Void gonna slow everything in the back. The Jakiro still here in the midst of things. Wasn't able to move back out, so yeah, Jakiro falls. The Vengeful Spirit died at the start of that engagement. The Lich died in exchange. But yeah, the Viper was able to get out of that alive. And Starbytes should be happy with that on their end. But on the end of Deadpan Gaming, they should also be happy because they managed to take down 2 heroes and maybe get a bit of a gold upswing in their favor. So yeah, just a little bit of gold. But EXP earned, yeah. Still close either way. The Meepo can still bring them back from the game in this game. Gonna be 1,400 gold away from that axe, so might just be a couple of more minutes until Meepo comes online and is able to take a fight. Right now, the Vengeful Spirit gets a rune and another rune picked up by the Centaur, I think. But they're picking out the Doom. They might look for a rotation, but no wards right there from Deadpan Gaming. They're not gonna be able to see this. The Doom is there. Swap. The buffed range is gonna be able to catch the Doom, and the Time Walk is there just to slow the Doom, and the Faceless Void takes the kill. So again, that's another kill on the Faceless Void. For the Faceless Void, 2-0 on the Doom. The Doom is now standing at 1-4. Actually, half the deaths of Team Deadpan Gaming. Lich almost got out there. Wasn't able to get the deny. But Lich wasn't caught out by the Centaur and they didn't pursue anymore. So they do have an opportunity right now to re-engage in a bit. Lich ult is going to be off cooldown in 20 seconds, but no one's there anymore. And yeah, they're putting some damage into this tier 2 tower bottom lane. But yeah, movement coming in from the Meepo and the Lich. Lich gonna get stunned out, gonna fall almost instantaneously. Just so squishy, this Lich. But oh, he's able to run out. And the Vengeful Spirit might pay for this, but Doom wasn't able to find him due to the Faceless Void is doomed instead. The Wraith King has a reincarnation but has no mana. 160 mana cost right there. That's the difference that nerf is making. And the Invoker is gonna get got out. The stun and another stun. Just gonna make sure that that Invoker doesn't die. So that's a full 5-man team wipe for Deadpan Gaming. And Starbytes loses nothing in exchange for that. So well played on the side of Starbytes. And right now they're gonna be making an advance on this tier 2 bot, and they're probably gonna take this down unless someone TPs in. We have fortification going up, and the Lich is back. He does have a Chain Frost, so they might not want to stick around for too long. The Viper is hit by the slow, but the Lich just dies right now. And the Faceless Void Chronosphere is up. The Sunstrike is there, almost kills the Faceless Void. The Faceless Void is still alive though, but falls to the Wraithfire Blast of the Wraith King. However, the Doom also falls to everyone else's damage, and the Wraith King is gonna reincarnate, but there's no more team behind him. The Invoker is gonna be there. He's gonna try to TP. The Vengeful Spirit low on health. The Vengeful Spirit also falls. The Wraith King gonna rely on that Armlet Toggle. Wasn't able to, so falls in the end to the Viper. And the Wraith King also gonna get and the Centaur Runner, I mean, also gonna get the Invoker at the end. There's a Chain Frost. Ooh, that's RNG. Didn't really go to the Viper, but still, the tower took care of the Lich. And the Lich was able to... no! The Centaur Warrior was able to destroy the tower. And just, yeah, blink away after that. The Lich wasn't able to deny that. So, well played, I guess, for the Centaur Warner. And Deadpan Gaming, really looking to be in dire straits right now. 7,500 net worth advantage for Starbytes. And for EXP earned, only around 3,000. But still, the gold earned is quite a lot, and the tower difference, yeah, they've lost 4 towers already and they've taken none, so that's a bit of map advantage. That's a lot of map advantage actually, going for Team Starbytes. So they really need to get this Meepo going. Only 500 gold left until he can get that Aghanim Scepter, so maybe they shouldn't have jumped the gun and made the Meepo engage in that previous engagement. Yeah, maybe they should have just left the Meepo to farm a bit. Could have gotten that Aghanims and maybe could have contributed more with an additional clone. An invisibility rune here, gonna get spotted out by the Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit probably gonna take it, and she does. Everyone's moving back out now. Deadpan Gaming really have no vision whatsoever, except for this ramp right here, which is also about to expire. And they have a ward here on the ancient side, but yeah, that's not gonna catch out anyone. The Doom swapped and stunned again. Jakiro gonna set up that ice path, and the Doom slowed, followed up by Jakiro. The Macro Fire gonna deal a lot of damage. The Central Warner blinks in and gets that kill. And nothing else follows after that. Everyone just takes a safe retreat. Wraith King still on cooldown, the reincarnation. So might not be too aggressive. Might not be wanting to be aggressive in the next couple of minutes. 2 minutes to be exact, until his reincarnation spawns again. So right now, Starbytes moving quite solidly as a team. 19-8. Top net worth. The Centaur Warner, actually the one who was zoned out pretty much early on, actually made a recovery now in 3rd place in terms of farm. Just because of those kills and assists, yeah. A lot of assists coming from Centaur Warner, guaranteeing him a lot of gold. So this tower just gonna get sieged on. Jakiro just gonna keep spamming that liquid fire, and you can't really defend against that since the liquid fire is magical, yeah. And even if you have the Lich ice armor on the tower, that's not gonna help against the magical damage of the liquid fire, and of course the sustained right clicks of everyone. But the Chronosphere is cast right now. The Meepo is getting right clicked on. He poofs, but that's gonna do nothing. He's gonna fall immediately to everyone else's auto attacks. The Chain Frost is cast. The Vengeful Spirit dies, however. The Chain Frost is still blasting around. The Centaur Warner dies, and the Doom on the face is void. Not gonna be enough to finish him. Ice Path is there, gonna stun the Doom. Catches him out, and the Viper's able to finish him off. The Wraith King still has 30 seconds, 20 seconds to that reincarnate. The Jakiro slows everything down. Ice Pass and then dual breaths. The Viper is gonna take... Oh no, it was Jakiro actually who took the Wraith King, and then additional round of slows and spells on this Invoker gonna seal the deal. So I think that was everyone dead for Deadpan Gaming. It was the Meepo who started that engagement, actually died in the Chronosphere, but right now gonna get caught actually again. Poof coming in from the rest of the clones. That's actually 4 Meepos now, and might be able to take this Viper, yeah. Oh, so the liquid fire actually killed the Meepo at the back of that. So while they were able to almost kill the Viper and maybe the hero after that, no, right now the Doom is swapped and stunned again and caught by the Ice Path. This Doom just getting swapped and stunned all around, and is gonna fall for the 5th time, I would say, or no, 9 deaths actually. So 9 deaths on the Doom, and the Wraith King does have the Reincarnate, so getting a bit ballsy right now. Reincarnate slowing everyone down, but Wraith King is still vulnerable. His team is a bit far behind. The Invoker casts that Deafening Blast, gonna do a bit of damage and push back, but not gonna be able to kill anyone. Wraith King low on health, relying on that armor toggle. The Vengeful Spirit is caught. The Meepo gonna finish him off, but the Meepo still running low on health, might die. He's gonna die to the Liquid Fire again. This Liquid Fire has a big kill streak, and the Faceless Void moves back in. Chronosphere solo on the Invoker, and the Invoker gonna fall. And just engagement after engagement, they're not letting down on this middle lane. And to recap that, okay, so yeah, Deadpan has had enough. They've called GG before even any of the tier 3 towers fell. So that's Starbytes with a win over Deadpan Gaming. It was a short-lived match, 28 minutes in, but yeah, Starbytes was able to show that they were just so dominant right on top of the game. So guys, to anyone watching, I'm not sure if we're gonna have a game after this. Let's see what the players want, because you know our official game is already done. Starbytes already won by default, but they might want to continue this this series, this best of 3. So We'll have to see, and I'll see you guys in a short while. I'll keep you posted on what happens.